Wealth is not only about numbers in a bank account or the amount of zeros in a financial report. First and foremost, it begins with mindset. Psychologists and financial experts have long noticed that people with a high level of prosperity think about money very differently from those who constantly feel a lack of it. So the real question is, can you learn to think like a wealthy person? And if so, what mental shifts open the path to financial freedom? Poverty and wealth as mindsets. There is a well-known phrase, poverty begins in the mind. This doesn't mean problems are solved by thinking alone, but our thoughts shape our attitude toward work, risk, and opportunities. A poverty mindset is often driven by fear of loss, risk avoidance, and the belief that money is never enough. Such people focus on preserving rather than multiplying. A wealth mindset focuses on opportunities. Rich people see money as a tool or resource to create new income streams, invest, and grow. This mental shift from scarcity to abundance is the first step in the psychology of money. Belief in your own value. Financially successful people deeply believe they are worth more. This is not about arrogance, it's about healthy self-esteem. They value their work, don't fear asking for high compensation, and aren't ashamed to charge for their skills or knowledge. Those with a poverty mindset often undervalue themselves. They agree to low pay, avoid asking for raises, or believe they don't deserve more. The psychology of wealth begins with the inner conviction, I can, and I deserve to be rewarded fairly. Focus on growth, not just earning. Rich people think strategically. They invest not only in business, but also in their skills, knowledge, and connections. Education, books, training, and networking are all seen as investments that will pay off. Poor thinking often reduces success to work harder to earn more. But the number of hours you can work is limited. Skill development and new opportunities, however, can create passive income and unlock a higher level of wealth. Attitude toward risk and mistakes. The psychology of money for the wealthy is based on the readiness to take risks. They know progress is impossible without attempts and failures. For them, failure is not the end, it's a lesson, experience, and a chance to do better next time. Poor thinking sees mistakes as disasters and risk as danger. This mindset blocks growth and prevents discovering new income streams. Long-term thinking. Wealthy people look at money in terms of years or even generations. They are willing to sacrifice instant gratification for a bigger goal. Investments, building businesses, and creating assets are all about the future. Poor thinking is tied to short-term results. Spend now, seek quick profit. Live for today. But such a strategy rarely builds real capital. The role of environment. There is a saying, you are the average of the 5 people you spend the most time with. Wealthy people consciously choose an environment that inspires, challenges, and pushes them forward. Those with a poverty mindset often stay in circles that reinforce their fears. Don't risk it. Stability is most important. That's not for us. Such an environment becomes an invisible barrier to financial breakthrough. Money as energy. In the psychology of wealth, money is not the ultimate goal, it is a tool. It is energy that flows. It can be invested, multiplied, and directed into new projects. Poor thinking sees money as finite and static. If someone has more, then I must have less. But in today's world, money is created through the value you bring, not through redistribution. Thinking like a rich person means changing your mental programming. It's not just about financial literacy, but also about psychology, seeing opportunities, not limitations, believing in your own value, being ready to take risks and learn. Thinking long-term. Choosing the right environment. Wealth begins not in the wallet, but in the mind. When we change our mindset, we change our life. Money then becomes just a consequence, the natural result of new thinking and new actions.